Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Moreno Show. Guys, we are traveling, so the environment's going to look different, but the conversations are still going to be the same. So let's go ahead and jump into what is on the line today. This is huge. To start off, guys, I saw this just today. It launched. This is Patrick Davies' Patrick David's project called Her Take from Valuetainment, and it's just a competitor of The View. It's essentially a copy paste version of The View, except actually sensical, except the takes here are actually good. They have substance. They're not just a surface level. And I gotta say, I already like it. I started watching the first episode and I'm 2 minutes in, and I could already tell that what's happening right now is actually like these are real conversations here. Like we're not just spewing the same talking points that are granted by our producers. No, this is just real, authentic debate. These people come from all different parts of a life, and I'm just excited by it. So you should definitely check it out. I'll go ahead and play the trailer because I think it's awesome, and it's just a minute long. But actually, before I do that, let me just say, guys, if you like having conversations like this, if you like getting kind of updates on what's happening in the world, in politics, in culture, please consider liking and subscribing. It's one of the best ways you can help me out. Okay, check this out.
Welcome to Her Take, where real conversation happens.
Let me just take a step back and ask a broader question. I'm actually with Trump on this. It's one of the reasons why I left the Democratic Party.
Let's talk about the mistake, though, Lindy. Let's talk about the mistake for a second, okay? He had a legitimate asylum claim.
Intersex, pansexual, true spirit. What the heck is a true spirit?
Give it to me in English and then dumb it down to sixth grade level.
I wake up in the morning and I have no spirit, so are they really marginalized?
Can I borrow one? Jeez.
I will be the first one to say that birth control destroyed my life.
The goal is to create lifelong medical patients because that is passive residual income for them every week, every month till the end of that person's life.
You've got real conversations that happen here. Different voices collide, clash, and sometimes even connect. There are no scripts, no echo chambers, and just smart and spirited debates. Ladies, are you ready to jump in?
Let's
do this.
All right. So, like I said, I did start watching this and I thought it was just great immediately. But I will say this. I knew this was great because literally in the introduction, as they are preparing to get started, there was already a debate, right? There was already disagreement, but this disagreement was good because it actually fueled some deeper conversations. So like Lindy Lee, like in the trailer, she said, but let's ask the broader question here. And I just think this is great. And I do agree with Patrick by David, who says, mainstream media gave you The View. Valuetainment gives you Her Take, a show that I believe is missing from the media landscape. I completely agree with this. So this was missing. And you know what I love too? I love how if you just look at this from if you just zoom out a little bit, The View kind of tells you, oh, like they're just the name alone. The View kind of says, oh, this is the singular view. This is the correct view. This is the path forward, right? But the name of this new show is called Her Take. It's not saying it's the right take. It's not saying this is the only take. This just says, oh, this is her take, right? And this is a collection of women who I think are actually gay. Like I know most of these women. I follow them. I actually agree with some of them on some things, and I think it's great. Let me just quote through some of the comments. One person says, nobody wants to see a bunch of women talk politics. I disagree. Someone says, need a new set. The set looks like it's taking place on a public broadcasting station at 3 a.m. Someone else talked about this too. Let me see. Yeah, someone says, I mean, I would definitely listen and watch, but was the set budget $1,000? I mean, come on, guys. Like, is the set really that important these days? I mean, I guess, right? I don't think it's $1,000. I think it looks pretty good. Anyways, I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited about that. You know what else I'm excited about? I love seeing people go on CNN and just make great points and pretty much advocate for the work that Doge is doing. And I love it. I saw this from Rob Blue. He says, CNN asked if Doge is a success, and he responds, yes, unequivocally. Check this out. Also, I might add, I know views don't really matter that much, but this thing almost did 10 million views. This is huge. Okay, check this out.
Musk is claiming $160 billion in estimated savings, obviously with a lot of cuts, but that is way less than was promised. Rob, is it considered a success?
So far, yes. I would say, I mean, remember, Doge's work isn't going to be completed until July 4th of 2026. We're only 100 days in. So comparatively, when you go back decades and look at the failure of anyone, whether it be in the presidential administration or Congress, to reduce the size of government, you have to go back to what, Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich when they had a balanced budget? I'd say yes.
So to you, it's like a necessary fire starter.
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to talk about how Elon Musk thinks of himself. This is from the Washington.
Now, I will say this. I think we always talk about how the gears of the government moves slow. And what's unfortunate is even though the gears move slow, the media moves fast because that's just how the attention economy works. I'm not saying it's correct, but it is unfortunate. But there was this metaphor that just came to my mind as I was watching this, and it was, if it took decades and decades to become as broken as we are, let's not expect miraculous healing in a second. Right. And I think, like, obviously this is true in politics, but I do think this is true in, just the journey that is being human, right? If it took us 30 years to get as messed up and as broken as we are right now, we can't expect it to get healed completely overnight, right? If it took 30 years to get all this excess weight that we suddenly decide we don't want anymore, we can't in a moment to declare all this weight be removed, right? There is this form of accountability and things do move slow, but this is how progress works. This is how process works. And I do think this is good. So this question that was proposed by this reporter saying, like, is it still a success, even though they obviously didn't meet the kind of the talk that they had earlier on? And for this guy to say, yes, it is. Our work is just getting started. So I completely agree with that. There was this other moment that happened. I saw this from Nick Sorto, and apparently John Fetterman, the senator who was supposed to be voting for Mr. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to confirm him for HHS. We had a lot of hope for this guy early on. Sometimes I think Fetterman is great because sometimes I believe he's an expression of unity that is so desperately needed in this country. And other times, I think my guy just, I don't know, we just have a difference of opinion. That's all I'm going to say about it. But what is hilarious right now is apparently he was blocking a flight to Pittsburgh because he did not want to wear a seatbelt. Are you kidding me? So he literally says, is he drunk or just an entitled slob? This is crazy. And Nick says, rules for thee, but not for me are the words the Democrats live by. We also saw this being shared by people against AOC, because AOC is saying, oh, these billionaires, these rich people, they don't understand what you're going through, as she fundraises all across the country, but then she hops on a private plane. It's like, you're saying that you are for the people, but then you do things that are clearly just, they don't communicate that same thing. Again, it's ridiculous. So let's go ahead and watch this video. It is wild. Sometimes it's a little hard to hear because obviously this is an aircraft, so things are super loud, but this is John Fetterman right up here.
Is your seatbelt on?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it needs to be visible for the crew at all times. That's not an us thing. That's a federal regulation. So it's okay. It's okay.
I put my seatbelt on and I haven't said anything.
Okay, it's okay, but it just has to be visible to the crew at all times. It's a federal regulation, so.
So if you can't hear, I think you can. It should be loud enough. But John Fetterman's just playing, saying like the seatbelt is on, and the guy's saying like, I hear you, but like it's federal regulation that we could see it. It's federal regulation that it should be visible. And apparently the problem is that you just can't see it. And like this goes on for like a minute, but they just go back and forth, and everyone in the cabin is just getting just irritable because obviously they got places to be, and now Senator John Fetterman is standing in the way, and it is wow. Check it out.
If your seatbelt's on, it just has to be visible, and right now it's not visible. We have an extender if you'd like that. It'll make it bigger so it can go outside of your sweatshirt. Would that work?
I don't really need to continue the conversation. My seatbelt is
You do, sir. If you want to go to Pittsburgh, it's simple. You have to follow our instructions. Or you're going to ask to get off here. We're not asking much. Let it happen. Like all that needs, we need to be able to see your seatbelt at all times.
I've been flying for 30 years now. I've never experienced that.
There you go. They are going back and forth, and they are just not getting anywhere. And you can see other people in the cabin crew are right there, just looking, eyeing at John Fetterman, saying, "Dude, what are you doing? It is crazy." Look at some of these comments. Someone says, "If John doesn't like the rules, he's one of the rare people who actually has the power to change them. He's the pilot, but not someone to argue with. Just follow the rules like everyone else. Come on." Ashton says, "Seen this from time to time. Seatbelt has to be visible. It's a federal regulation. They got to make you do it. There's no point in arguing. You cannot win." That is crazy. Anyways, what do you think about John Fetterman here? Was he drunk? Was he an entitled slob because he didn't want to wear a seatbelt? How important is this? Well, you know what? Federal regulation isn't there just to act like a crayon that you could throw away. You know, these are rules that are there for a reason. And if someone's pressuring you to, if a pilot is pressuring you to do something, I don't know if I would be arguing with them, especially if I got someplace to be. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Anyways, let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And guys, I will see you all next time. Let me know what you think about her take. I don't know about you. I'm actually excited about this. I think this is good. I'm going to go keep watching it. There are some people who are part of my community who really don't like some of these people. Lindy Lee is one of the more controversial ones. And I got to say, I think I like her. All right. I think I agree with her sometimes. And I think that's okay. I don't know if you got to agree with every single person all the time to just consume information or consume content from them. I think sometimes this is just entertaining. There are plenty of people who watch me who almost never agree with me, but they're here anyways. And you know what? I think that's okay. I think whenever your content consumption habits includes watching people who you don't often agree with, I think that just makes you better. That just feeds you more information. It feeds you more perspectives. It actually makes you, I think, a more empathetic human being. And there's some people who say that empathy is one of the greatest geniuses that a human can have. So that's just what I think. That's my perspective. You can totally agree with me. We love the comment section, just it being a wide array of 360-degree perspectives, and I think that's good. Anyways, let me know anything about all that in the comment section. From Doge on CNN to Lindy Lee on Her Take podcast, and along with all these other amazing women. And let me know if you're going to be tuning in. Let me know anything about John Fetterman pretty much holding up a bunch of people who are just trying to get home or get to work or wherever else they need to go on a flight. Let me know anything about all that, and I will see you all on the next episode. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.